Well, we're back at it again. I'm working on engineering this nose, and I see some problems that I'm going to have with this, but we'll address them real quick. I'm going to have this block glued to this, and this is the hatch. And then this is the back half of it. Well, I'm going to attach this hatch is I have a box of neodymium magnets here of all different sizes. Get away from me. These are strong little buggers. Anyway, we'll figure that out. Anyway, box of magnets. And I'll put a clip on one end and it'll, come on and off like so. Anyway, I've kind of determined two things. I didn't leave enough room by the looks of it for the speed controller. The speed controller is going to be, because it's going to, because the bottom block is only a half an inch. So this floor that I have in it sets the battery. Let me see if we can give you a better look at things. I hate electrics. This floor here, the bottom floor that the battery sits in, the battery tray, battery's gonna have to sit in like so. And this is going to have to sit on a bracket. He's got a piece of Velcro here, but we'll make a rubber band. We could do it like that too, I suppose. I got Velcro here somewhere. He's going to have to sit in the bottom under the tray. Too many damn wires in these things. It'll sit, I mean, it'll probably work because it'll get dropped down about a quarter inch more because I got to hollow that block out on the bottom. But that's not really the big problem I'm looking at right now. Hello, Robert. Hello, Gary. Go for it. Hello, Daryl. Hello, hello, hello. Hi, hi, hi. Ho, ho. Okay, the problem that I'm looking at is the way these electrics are designed. I mean, it's not really it's not an aerodynamic problem. It's an aesthetic problem. The thrust line is so far down from the datum line that when I sand this behind this motor mount, there's going to be a void here. So I'm going to have to cut some blocks to put in there like so. Well, I mean, I'm sure that I'll figure it out. I'll take this over on the belt sander and put a curve in that. Let's see here. It needs to be more like that. And we'll epoxy that in there. Let me run this on the belt sander real quick and see if my idea is going to work. So I need two blocks like this with this curve in it, like so, to fit down so that the motor is encased in that. So it needs a little sanded off this edge right here. It'll take a minute to get all this figured out. So here I have this. I've sanded a slight angle on it. That fits. And I'm going to have to cut it like that so that you can get the motor in there. You can't encase the motor. So we'll cut that right there. Cut this on the jigsaw. See, what will happen is that when I sand the outside shape of this, we'll have a big hole in there. So I sanded it like that. No, it goes like that. And I'll have to cut this like this. It also needs some triangular pieces going down, but we'll do that later. I'll get this glued in first because I want to get this block glued onto the top here. So that's the correct width. That's good. Let's see, it's going to be cut right through there. Let me buzz this on the sander again. I'll buzz this corner off and make this round. Let's see how that goes. That goes there. Well, I can then, let's see, we need to have that at 50%. 50% is right here. That will leave me enough to sand that doubler away. And I get the motor out. That's the only thing. When I get the motor out, maybe I need to drop this back a little bit. That's what we'll do. Cut it off right there. It's not going to be a streamlined nose like I get on my stunners. There's just no way. It's gonna be a pretty abrupt turn down. So I'm thinking that I'll cut that off right there, and that's the triangle that I need. If I need more, I'll have to add more. So just cut this off right here. So this, now I can't figure out, there it goes in like that. Okay, let's epoxy that in there. I'll still be able to get the motor out. And then when I get the motor out, I can relieve that a little bit right there. Or I could relieve it a little right there now, I suppose. I'm way out of my wheelhouse with this electric stuff. There, pretty good. Let's see, and we want to. I can get the triangles in from the other side when I take the bottom off to hollow it. Yeah, let's just go ahead and glue it right there. I'll just CA it. Okay, we need one more block. And the grain runs this way. So we need to cut this off right here. Oh, man, don't cut that one up. That's my nose piece. Oh, I did that angle on this side here, so it goes in like that. Cut this off here. All this thinking, it's too much. Let me spin up the disc. The disc. A little more. Gotta fit in there tight. Just leave it run because okay, that fits in there tight. dangle we need that goes around this way. Down on the belt sander. Okay, so that goes there. Really a little much, so we'll have to cut this back. Needs to be sanded. I hope you guys understand what I'm doing. I mean, I don't know whether you do or not, but I know that it's got to be done. This needs to be sanded at a different angle. But these electric airplanes, this is another thing. You know, I've told you I've never had a wing fold. Well, I fixed a lot of these electric airplanes for my buddies around here that the motor mounts, the motors keep flying out of because they're not very well engineered. Well, I overkill with these things. Okay, so now we need to sand that round in there. What I can tell you is there's a lot of torque on this system moving around. When you try to turn in, it just rips right out. If you don't, you know, do a good job of mounting these things in here. So we need a little bit off of here, need a little more curve on that. This needs to go. It needs to get cut off there. Cut off right there and spin it up. Sander off. Oh man. All that work and I lost my piece. The sander took it out of my hand. I don't see it. Shit. Gotta make another one. It disappeared. Damn. That took my finger off. Ah, you dog. By the time I get one made, I'll find it. Shit. I don't see it there. Yeah, it's gone. Trying to hold that little piece and boink, it went. I don't know where it's at. It went across the room and disappeared. Shit. Oh well. There we go. Oh well. Darn. Oh well. Okay. Try not to do that again. Cut a little big. I think we'll sand that top piece. Glued on. Okay, so that was the top. And this gets here. I'm gonna cut that. There's a slight. That goes there. We won't do that again. Let me cut that off and sand that little piece there. Won't use that damn thing to rip it. Okay, let's try that. So we got quite a bit of material there. I think that we use this sander instead. I won't. That big old 3 horsepower sander just. Hey. Okay, before I glue this top piece on, I need to be able to get that motor in and out. So I should lift a little more there. It'll be fine. Okay, so now let's take the motor out of it. And we need to glue this nose ring on. Oh. it's in approximately the right spot. See, that glues that to the bottom piece. We don't want to do that yet. Nope, I'm not going to glue that on yet. I've got to shape it to that line and cut that bottom piece off, hollow it out. So I can't do that. But we can take the motor out if I can get the motor out. If I can't get the motor out, we got to come up with another plan. I only got it in with one screw, so. Yep, no problem. No problem. Okay, so now we got wood in that. I think I want to make that curve there a little better. So okay, that's what I've come up with. We're going to epoxy this piece on. We'll epoxy that on like so. See, that nose ring does not come up into this, so that's good. I need to get that bottom off so that I can get. I need to take this off so I can get the triangles up in here, and I'm going to have that same problem. I'm going to have that same problem when I carve this shape into it. It's going to have a void, so I need to do that same thing on the bottom. But I think I'm just going to put the triangles in it, and when it starts to break through, stop. Because it's not going to be the most shapely stunner nose on a stunner, just because how they are. I mean, the only way you could really get a nice long shape is if it was back mounted, mounted with that can, and you had the case up in there, like up in a tube. But with the case so close to the front, it's just going to have a sharp angle. It's not going to be real streamlined. But that's why a vector looks like a vector. Crap. So Let me mix up some epoxy and we'll get this epoxy done. Wait for it to dry. That ain't right. That ain't right. There's a lot of thought that goes into this shit. Let me see. This is probably the one here. Yeah, this is the one. So we need to flatten this out first. Get that smooth. Get it smooth. This long block. Of course, falls down. Yeah. There we go. There it is. This goes here. We want it to be even with that wall there. And this piece goes here. And we're going to put a little ledge across there with a magnet in it. We'll use a piece of maple, I think. You could just as easy put a screw in it, but want to keep it easy for them. And then that'll get cut off there. You know, I know this is not much exciting, but I'm thinking all this stuff through as I'm doing this, you know, because it's been a while. I know this to be a fact is I'm going to build this fuselage. I'm going to cover this fuselage. Then I'm going to put it on the airplane, just like if it was an ARF. I was going to build a fuselage on the wing, but it ain't worth it. I brought my little angle meter, whatever you call this thing, inclinometer, in so that I could zero everything. I know that I've measured everything right. You know, all I can do is block it up, and I have a T-square from point to point that I can bolt on the motor shaft and align the wing and align the stab to the engine. So if I have to, I think it'll be close. So let's mix up some epoxy. Get this drying. think tomorrow, because it's Charles's night, I'll spend the day working on cleaning this place up, getting it reorganized again. I think Steve's coming over. I don't know. Instead of working on this, I'll work on cleaning the shop up. So I can find some shit. But of course, guaranteed, the minute I put stuff away, I won't be able to find anything. I won't be able to find nothing. Any of you guys know where the monocoat sticks to fiberglass? Because I would like to fiberglass this nose. Nobody? Come on, sit down. Yep, that's right. So this is the door right here. This is the top box. We got to get all this attached before I can start carving, sanding, and shaping. So what am I going to do for a mount? This will be the only piece that stays solid, but it'll get cut down, way down. Way down. I think it's right. I think. I'll leave enough for monocoat to go in there. Anybody know if monocoat goes over fiberglass? How does it work? Does it work okay? Because in all actuality, this should be fiberglass and that should be fiberglass. Honey. Slightly higher heat. Super clown. Okay. Good to know. This is almost dry. Take it off and cut that. We'll cut this nose here. Clean that up on the disc sander. As soon as it's dry, I'll sand it close, and then I can shape and my ball mill in there. And those go up there. Let's see about cutting this off, I guess. Yeah, we need to cut that off. Tack it back on. Yeah, let me shape this first. Give me a second. I'm gonna run this on the disc sander. Say that's my favorite tool. That thing does a number, boy. What happened to the knife? There it is. Oh, cut these off here. Alrighty. This piece needs to come off. I'm not going to show this, section because it's going to be, it would be difficult to show. I'm just going to do it. I'm going to get it ready, and then when I cut the stream, I'm going to take this over there on the disc center and just boom, buzz it to shape, and then I'll come back when I start, when I sand it to shape. Okay, so I made them triangle pieces. And that ain't good. I need to do what here? I need to triangle them a little more. They need to be rounded out inside as well. To clear the motor. Not enough. We'll do it with this. This needs to be sanded up in this direction. Shit, still not enough. Man, it looks like it would be enough, but it ain't. That's an extreme angle, but that's okay. Whatever it takes is what it takes. There it is. If I need to sand that back, that angle needs to be sanded in this angle here. I think I'm going to go ahead and epoxy these in. This needs to be sanded at a more drastic angle this way. Could use a little more round this way. That's one thing, especially when you're doing it for somebody else. You don't want the motor to come flying out of it. Okay, so let me give you a look what's going on here. I'm making this piece here. Yep. Goes right there. Can you? No, you can't see in there. I'm on the wrong side of the camera. Okay. You'll get to see what I'm doing here. Okay, in here, right here, you have to capture that motor mount. Well, there's not a whole lot of room for that because the can has to spin inside there. So you have to sand a circle. So I'm going to epoxy that in there like so. Like so. And then after it's epoxied, I'll cut this off and sand it so that this epoxies to this. And then we got to do one for the other side. So mix up some more epoxy now. I don't want my shit flying apart. So it'll be the end of this program when I get this glued in there. Well, we may come back later on, depending on how I feel. So this basically locks that G20 or whatever they call that crap, locks it in from moving. It can't, I mean, I suppose it could come out of there, but gives it a better chance of staying in there anyway. So hopefully you guys understand my madness of why I do what I do. I just got to hold it here. And then, like I say, we'll cut this off and sand it flush so that it fits perfect when I glue this bottom piece on. I need to tack this back. I need to glue this in, tack this on, shape it, then take it back off, hollow this bottom block out and this piece, and then glue it back on. So it's on and off, on and off, on and off. I suppose that if I really knew what I was doing, I could do it all in one setting, but I never built one of these before. I don't know what I'm doing. I'll take my cuts all after I get all this shit formed on the outside and then clean up everything on the inside so it looks professional, and maybe Z-epoxy it in there. I don't know. If I fiberglass, it will definitely get Z-epoxied inside. Of course, you don't have to worry about fuel proof. It's an electric airplane. So maybe not. There we go. Everything's redundant. Everything has to touch something else, and it has to touch something else perfectly. So that'll get glued to that, like so. It should be nestled in there just like a bug in a rug. Might as well get some more CA down there. If you think about it, the whole airplane is hinging on this one little piece of crap up here. The whole airplane's driven off this one little plate, so you better make sure it's on there solid. And that's what I'm doing, making it solid. All right, you guys got any questions about this stuff? What I've done here so far? I'm not sure what I'm going to do yet for air outlet. I know we're going to have a hole here. I guess it's going to go out the bottom. One oval hole right there. I guess. I mean, I want to make it easy on myself. I don't want to do too much crazy shit. I can sand that with my finger. Make it nice. Sand up in there with a cut-saw bit. Oh, shit. Got in the goop. Let's see. Okay. 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 This one went a lot easier. A lot easier. See how that looks. Perfect. I need to sand a little bevel on that, a little back bevel on that, and we're done. Make shit fit, please. God, that worked good. That worked surprisingly good. I don't know. First one was way harder to make than that one. Of course, I'm going to have to come back in with my Kutzall ball and shape that, but it fit really well. Let's mix up some more epoxy and stick this in there. I would just get another popsicle stick, but I'm too lazy to get up. And no sense in wasting them, I guess. Close enough. Close enough. So it goes how? Goes on this side and that side. Yeah, just got to hold it there until it dries. The human clamp. Whack that off, then we can tack that back on. Well, I'll go ahead and, before I tack it back on, I'll take my Kutzall bit and buzz it out a little bit. Make it pretty inside. So then we should have enough meat. It's going to cut into this G20. That's why I kind of want to fiberglass this nose to lock that G20 in. But it shouldn't cut into it too much. You know, it should start The curve should start about here. So we'll catch a little bit of this stick here, but we'll definitely catch a whole bunch of that stick on top. You know, I should go ahead and get it carved first before I hollow it out, because I might end up making a void. We'll tack the bottom on, shape it, then clean it up inside when I pull it back off to hollow it out. It ain't no vector no more. It's a specter. Steve says he won the best Brodak ARP award last year at the Nats. Said I won't be able to do that again. Nope, nope, not at all. Damn. Hurry up. Hurry up. I better just leave it set. Our hour's up anyway. My, how time flies when you're doing nothing. If you guys want me to stay, throw me some super chats, guys. I haven't had shit for this month. This month has been bad. Really bad. Ad wise, super chat wise, donation wise, it's terrible. I understand with the turmoil that's in the country, but yeah, wait. If you don't have epoxy, you could probably tight bond this stuff and it would do the same, except for the G20. It needs epoxy on it. It's a fiberglass product, and I'm not sure that tight bond would stick to it. It'd probably just pull right off. I know super glue sticks to it though. CA. Let me see what we've done so far this month. I just know it's bad. It's bad. Let's see. Oh, we picked up another subscriber. That's good. Analytics. 345. What do we do in supers? Revenue. Memberships, watch page, supers. How much you guys think we've taken in super chats this month? This is ridiculous. Hey, what job would you work for 36 bucks for a month's worth so far? Yeah, I can't wait to see it either. It'll be a joke. 36 bucks for a month's work. That's pretty good. It ain't dry yet. It's still soft. Everybody thinks we're getting rich at this shit. Ain't making nothing of it. Anybody interested in them Viper plans? Send me a PM and I'll tell you how to get them. I'll send you the plans. It's a good airplane. Really good airplane. You build it like you're supposed to, be in the 50-ounce range. You'd be so happy you'll never build another airplane. There we go. All right. Okay, I'm gonna wait to clean up that inside until I get the outside of this shape. So I guess the next thing to do would be to tack that back on, mount the motor, glue on the nose ring, and shape the fuselage. And then cut it back off, hollow it out, glue it back on, and do all the inside work. But that's what we're doing right there, locking all this stuff up inside so that it's sandwiched. And I'll clean all that up after I get it shaped. So the motor, I know I can put it in through the bottom, but I got to be able to do it from the top. So it goes down there like that. Goes in like so. These wires will go back underneath that bulkhead. So we're going to put this screw right there. I need that other screw now. Where'd it go? It was right here. There it is. This motor's no good. The magnets are out of it, so it don't matter if we get sanding dust in it. It hit the ground and knocked everything loose. Come on, get on there. Fucking around. Of course, I won't be able to find what I need. Oh well, these. What is the deal? Oh, I got two. No, it should go on there. Yeah, it should go on there. No, that's why. Wrong side. Should go on there. Should get on there. There it is, I think. Nope. There it is. Okay, we got that. Yeah. Now we'll glue the nose ring on. Epoxy that on. So not my airplane, Yogi. I'm fixing it for a friend. It's a crash repair. Only thing left was the wing, and it was broken. I'm fixing it for Steve, and he don't have, he didn't have the skills to engineer this kind of stupid shit. He's building his Crossfire, but he's got a set of plans for it, so doing a pretty good job. I'm not helping him a whole lot with it because he's got to do it himself in order to qualify for BOM. There's the nose ring. And I'm a real stickler on the BOM. I think it needs to stay. I think it needs to be increased to 40 points. The cost of one maneuver. I think you should have documentation, meaning pictures, video, whatever, that you built it. None of this just I said so. Because there's a lot of cheating going on, I'm telling you that right now. Okay, so we want to do this, but we don't want to put epoxy there, so to speak. So, damn. Yeah. If you ask me, the only thing that keeps control line stunt going is the builder of the model rule. Otherwise, we'd be just an FAI, everybody flying ARFs. I mean, I know you have no vested interest in your airplane when you're flying an ARF. Just crash. Oh well, get another one. I got the prop on backwards here. So these wires will fish down underneath that. So I got to wait for that to dry now. I think that the bottom is going to fare a whole lot better than the top as far as shape goes. It should, it's going to be kind of square, but I put motor offset in this thing. It's got about, well, I can probably tell you. Well, not really. Because I don't know if that's 0. I would say 2 degrees. Not as much as I run in my IC engines, but should give them some good line tension. If you point the motor straight, yeah, you can get lots of line tension if you put big time wingtip weight and run it at a fast pace. Rake the lines back and you're running a 5-second lap, you get good line tension. But if you want to fly slow, closer to the 6-second mark, 5.5, 5.6, 5.5 to 6 seconds, you got to have motor offset and a correct amount of symmetry, and the airplane just has to be set up right. But if you don't mind flying fast, point it straight ahead. Make equal panel wings. Yeah, that nose is not going to be the most attractive nose I've ever done. It's going to be kind of boxy. I'm going to take about 50% off of the thickness. Well, I'll take more than that. It'll go all the way down to nothing. But I got to have that top piece mounted. Yeah, people go to the hobby shop and they buy an ARF or a ready to fly instead of an ARF. Don't even have to put it together. They just go buy it and go a park flyer or whatever. They crash it. They go, oh well, shit, throw it out, get a new one. And after you do that about 5 or 6 times, you don't know how to repair them. You go, well, shit, I'm out of money. I guess we're done with this hobby. But if you've built and designed your own airplanes, you're obviously going to have the skills to engineer a crash repair. Just the way it is. You know what it takes. I'm tired. I slept till noon too. That's probably why I'm tired. Overslept. Yeah, we coming on this? Yep, not yet. I think that's where I'm going to leave it. Like I said, I'm not going to overwork myself for $36 a month. I do appreciate the subscribers, though, the members. It helps a little. I'm going to have to do another members only stream, I think. Maybe I ought to give away an airplane to members. Don't hold me to it. I'll think about it. Well, thank you, Yogi. But like I've told you before, there's plenty of good ones out there. I'm not the only one. I think I'm going to need to add a piece of filler here too if I want to get any shape at all on the bottom of this other than square. We're going to be into that plywood and open that up. That's not going to be good. It is not a good design. It's terrible. But that's how they were designed, so. So that's what we did. Put that back on there and tighten this up. It's on there now. Props on backwards. It's the propeller I made right here. Carbon fiber. I have to make a few more of them. These are something I'm going to experiment with this summer. Alrighty, guys, I'm going to end the stream and may or may not be back later on after dinner. Depends on how much I want to think about this stupid thing. But you can definitely see the motor offset in this. It's closer to this side than it is this side. It's about, like I say, 2 degrees. So we're going to have to grind that out a little bit in there. You'll be fine. And then this goes on like so. It's gonna be beautiful. And a canopy. So then this will come off like that. Held on with magnets. I just got to think all this stuff out. I'm not used to building these. Not used to it at all. You know, I could make that bottom droop some more and let it exit right out the landing behind in front of the landing gear. Cut a piece of this off. This is a molded piece that I made in Dayton for another XL I was going to build. I ain't going to build no more of those, so I could put this on the bottom here. I'd have to make a new block like this though. And then let the air exit right in front of the landing gear. And then I wouldn't have to have any holes in the bottom. Something to think about. I'll think about that. All right, guys. Like, subscribe, and share, and we'll see you after a bit. Fair winds, tight lines. See ya.